Hey guys, hey, Mocha and Mickey here. I have a few minutes to jump in and jump on. My son is taking band lessons, so he's doing that, and I'm going to talk to you. So I wanted to tell you to like and subscribe to my channel. This is a little bit different view than what I usually am in, and also I'm missing my ears, which is not right. But anyways, so I wanted to talk to you guys about my trip, and I want to touch on Hollywood Studios this time and tell you the ins and outs of Hollywood Studios. So I'm excited to dive in and do that. If you follow me at all, follow me on Instagram because I upload some awesome tips and tricks throughout the week, and also some videos, obviously, of me in the parks, and some do-it-yourself Disney things, and also some recipes that are fun to check out. So make sure you do that. Okay, so Hollywood Studios, we went to at our last trip here, and it was so much fun. We had a blast. So I want to go over the Rise of Resistance schedule, like as far as getting on and getting those reservations to actually ride the ride, or the attraction rather. So my husband and I, we got up at like 6:45 the day that we reserved Hollywood Studios, and we jumped on the app so that we could get in the virtual queue to hopefully score a reservation for the attraction. And thankfully, we hit it at the right time. It was approximately right, like within seconds of it being 7 o'clock, that we were able to get into the virtual queue. My husband actually hit it first, and he got us into the virtual queue, and I believe we were number, I want to say 66 of the day, which was pretty decent, and I figured the lower number we would be able to get on the attraction and not have it break down maybe, or them having technical difficulties where we wouldn't be able to ride it, because they were, I actually spoke to somebody on the Skyliner saying that they totally missed their reservation. They were on the ride and it broke down. They were having difficulties and they were not able to go back and re-ride it, which totally is upsetting, especially if this is a once in a lifetime situation as far as traveling there and visiting Disney World. So just remember that always, if something does happen with a ride where it breaks down, or you're in line for it, or you have a reservation for it, just remember that you can go to a cast member and ask them if there is anything that they could do, that you did have a reservation. You know, make sure you take a screenshot of your reservation, because they can help you out. You know, they don't have to, but sometimes they do, especially in a situation where you were on a ride already and it broke down, and now you lost a chance to re-ride it and you're maybe going home and you can't ride it. So that's a suggestion that I would definitely take if that were to happen to you or your family members. So with that being said, we were totally pumped. We were able to get on Rise, and while we waited for while we were waiting in the virtual queue for Rise, we went into the parks at Hollywood, and we were able to do all our photos that we wanted to do that day, because we obviously had some time prior to the attraction opening and our scheduled time. So we actually were able to do Slinky Dog. We waited in line for, which we kind of, for this trip, we were like, okay, we are not going to wait in more than an hour. It's gonna have to be an hour or less, and if it is an hour, it's gonna have to be an amazing ride, excuse me, for us to stand in the line in the heat for an hour. So generally speaking, a lot of the rides, like when they first opened, because we were able to get in with extra magic hours, generally speaking, The time was only around 50 minutes or less to be in line for, which is spectacular. There were some rides that were a little bit longer listed, but they weren't as long to wait. So we decided to do Slinky Dog. We did Slinky Dog, and that is obviously really fun. We also got in line to do Smuggler's Run, and I will say that is a really cool attraction if you get the chance to do that. If you have any sort of motion sickness, I probably wouldn't do Smuggler's Run. I would say it's a glorified, it reminds me of Star Tours, but it's way more immersive than Star Tours, I think. But it's a really cool experience, and if you don't maybe get in Rise of Resistance, I would suggest doing Smuggler's Run and waiting for that. So we did that. And then we were able to go into the virtual queue for Rise. And let me tell you, Rise is I'm not doing any spoilers because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, and I think it is phenomenal. I am not a Star Wars fan. Don't come at me. I just never got into it, but my husband and my son are extreme Star Wars fans. They love Star Wars, and anything that they can be in their land, they love. So they were the ones. My son was like, Mom, even if you hate Star Wars, you need to go and do this ride. Like, you have to do it. It's nothing like you've ever experienced, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, okay. And let me tell you, he is correct in saying that it's nothing like you've ever experienced. It's phenomenal, like top notch. Disney just does it right. I love that they took the time to make sure that you were completely immersed in the situation, in the ride. They want you to get the full-blown experience. Like, incredible, incredible, incredible. The cast members who work the attraction, phenomenal, top notch. Now, it's not like one of these things where you can get in line and ride it again, get in line, ride it again. You have to be in a virtual queue. So I will say, I don't know if it changes. Like, I don't know if the cast member, I'm sure there's always a situation where you get a cast member who is not really engrossed in it. But for what I saw and what I experienced, fully immersive. You felt like you were in trouble. It was amazing. Like, the cast members were phenomenal. They do the ride, I think, even so much better, the attraction so much better because of the way they act and the way they make you feel. And it reminds me of how Walt really wanted his parks to be. He wanted it to be a fully immersive situation where the cast members were literally just that. They were part of the cast. They're putting on a show for their guests. And that is exactly what this ride does and what it entails. I absolutely love this. I would 100% suggest doing this. I am like, my mind was blown. Highly, highly suggest. Another huge thing that I loved about Hollywood that I really hadn't spent, I haven't spent a lot of time to snack in Hollywood. So there was one thing that I was tipped off about by a DVC member, and they said that I absolutely needed to try at the Trolley Car Cafe, which is the Starbucks in Hollywood, the carrot cake cookie. And for those of you who are like, carrot cake, no. Guys, do it, because you will, no regrets. None. I walked in and I picked up this thing and I'm like, okay, this is huge, but it doesn't look like shockingly amazing. No. It is amazing. It is moist. It tastes so good. It's a great mix. It's not too sweet, which is also really nice, because sometimes a lot of the Disney sweet treats are just way overpowering. They have too much frosting. It's like out of control. This is phenomenal. I will say probably one of my top treats. But then on the second day that we went, I found the Wookie cookie. Guys, at the Backlot Express. The Wookie cookie is phenomenal. It's 2 oatmeal sized cookies, probably the size of my head. And in the middle, there is a whipped frosting, I would say. It's not thick. It's like a whipped consistency. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, guys. You have got to try it. Hey guys, I am back at home and I threw some ears on and I'm gonna end the video here soon, but I wanted to throw some ears on and tell you a little bit more about Hollywood Studios. And also, I know I've talked about this shop before, this small shop before, but it is called Park Hopper Design. These ears are amazing. They are just adorable, and I purchased these myself and they're extremely comfortable. They're very well made, and I believe she has a drop a week with different ears, and she makes some really pretty ones, some great colors. She has Halloween ones coming up soon and some really great designs, so check her out on Instagram. Again, it's Park Hopper Design, and oh, they're so cute, and I got a lot of compliments. A lot of people, even cast members, really loved them. And so getting back to Hollywood Studios, and I know I went over the Wookie cookie because I loved it so much, and just touching on that again, if you go onto my Instagram, you will see a live video of me picking up the Wookie cookie from a mobile order. And what's great about mobile ordering right now in the parks is that you can be in line for an attraction and you are able to pick a time frame for when you want to pick up your order while you're waiting right in line, which is really nice because you have that option to go after you get off the attraction and go right there and get your snack or even your meal for the day. So I really enjoyed that. I loved being in line for the Slinky Dog Dash and then jumping right off and being able to go over there and pick up my Wookie cookie. And for those of you who need a quiet place or a shaded area to go to take a breather, I would highly suggest the Backlot Express when they first open, which is a little bit later during the day, but it provides a nice shaded area, especially when you've been waiting in those lines for the attractions prior to the park opening, because you will wait a little bit longer and you are sweating a lot. I highly suggest checking them out. And honestly, the area is really cool. It's right next to the Indiana Jones show, which I am still in tears that it is not back. But it's very cool themed, and it has fans. You have the availability of eating inside where there's air. I actually just sat out in the warehouse area, and it was actually really comfortable, and it was really warm that day. And I will say that Hollywood Studios is getting a little bit better, I would say, with their shaded areas. I did notice that they put a lot more umbrellas in Toy Story Land, especially. The sun just beats down on you, and there is really no shade to go under. So it is nice that they included a lot more umbrellas in Hollywood Studios. In Galaxy's Edge, there are some shaded areas, and the way they have you lining up too for things, it's nice because you do go in some shaded areas that you can get out of that heat. I will say it is extremely important to drink your water, and I know I like literally hound on this every time I get on the YouTube channel, but I am just letting you know, besides coffee, of course, because everyone needs coffee, you need to drink your water, and it can make or break a trip sometimes. So make sure that you are aware of that and that you are drinking your water, because it can just be horrible. And if you do not keep track of that, you'll get really run down, you may get sick, and you have to leave the park and just not be where the magic is. So just remember that as you're going through the park. Water is free. They have lots of areas that you can go up and ask for a cup of iced water. I did that frequently to make sure, because like I said, I'm from the north, and even though we are having a very hot summer right now, my body's not used to that heat. So with the humidity and stuff, you just don't realize how much you need that water. So get the water. Anyways, I love also one of the best parts about Hollywood Studios, I think they're doing right now, is their cavalcades, their character cavalcades. They have phenomenal characters. You have obviously the Toy Story characters. Love them. Hands down, my favorite though is the Green Army Men, and they are phenomenal. They get right into it, and it provides a really great entertainment for their guests, and also just the park in general. I think they really liven it up and add to that whole stage aspect of how you are guests and you are watching a show, basically. So I really love the Green Army Men. They are probably my favorite part of the cavalcades and in general in Hollywood Studios. They have also the Disney Junior characters, which are really great and very cute. They ride in cars. You get some of the cars from the Cars movie, which is also really fun. Another huge, I love is Edna Mode, and she is riding in a vehicle. She is phenomenal. She's super fun. She engages with the guests, and she's awesome. I just love her character and how they have her riding in the car, and she definitely pointed out my glasses, which were perfect for Edna Mode, but these also I have pointed out several times to you guys. These were a huge hit on my trip. They went along really well with the flower and garden theming, and they're just fun. They make people smile, and I love that about these. And those are from Dreamers Denim. Phenomenal shop and really, really cute stuff. They actually have bedazzled Mickey and Minnie bags that are amazing to even look at. So they do a really great job, and these are all they hand do these, so it's pretty cool. Anyways, so Hollywood Studios was super fun. I would probably have to say that it's my husband's favorite area to be because of the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and two of his most favorite rides are there as well. Hollywood Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster. He loves that ride. He always talks about that ride. I do not ride either of those. I am terrified of heights. And also I'm not great with motion rides. And what happens is then I get sick for the rest of the day and it ruins my day. So I generally do not go on those rides. While he's doing that, I love hopping around and pin trading. Hollywood Studios right now has like 5 locations to pin trade, and it's awesome. I got some awesome pin trading done while he was riding those attractions. And I met 2 really awesome people. It was a older couple that they are locals and they're pass holders and they are pin fanatics. They come to the parks to trade pins, even with other guests. So obviously we traded. They have really fun pins. They both wear these vests like full of pins, and I don't know how they do it in the heat because it's heavy. But they are there and they are ready to trade. So it's really fun. It makes for a really fun experience, especially with the pin traders. They're Hollywood Studios' biggest board, I will say, I mean, it's huge, it's giant for pin trading, is right at the front of the entrance of Hollywood Studios. To the left is a Photo Pass building, and inside that Photo Pass building is a huge pin board, like giant, bigger than any of the other parks that I have ever seen. I am so glad that they are literally bringing all of that back and that you're able to pin trade. I am really hoping when I go soon to Disneyland that the cast members will be able to wear lanyards again with pins, because that also is very fun to pin trade with cast members on their actual person. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited for Hollywood Studios, just how far they've come. I know everybody is upset. A lot of nostalgia is in the Great Movie Ride. And I will say, while I do miss that because of the nostalgia that's there, and I will never forget it, they replaced it with an amazing ride. I absolutely love Mickey's Runaway Railroad. And honestly, I just think that like the technology, the design and stuff around it is pretty amazing. If you go on it, it is awesome. I actually went on it a couple times without my husband. He was on different rides. I just love it so much. I love the sing-songy part of it. I love how you are completely, like I say all the time, immersed in this particular cartoon with Mickey Mouse and his friends. And although I think the newer cartoons for Mickey Mouse are a little bit odd, I will say that this attraction makes it so much better. And our children love the new Mickey shorts and they think that the cartoon is phenomenal. I think it's a little scary. I'm used to like the older classic Mickey cartoons that don't look so strange, I guess. I don't know. I might be showing my age here. Anyways, we had a really awesome time in Hollywood Studios. They have awesome treats. I highly suggest not skipping Hollywood Studios when you come and visit Walt Disney World because of how much they have to offer and just how immersive the park actually is. And they've really stepped up their game, I think, since when I was a kid. And like Walt says, you know, it's always changing. You know, you always want to make things better, and just how you can literally step into another world, you know, a bubble, and forget about the worries of maybe the world and just different things. So I highly suggest Hollywood Studios and the amazing treats they have. They probably have my most favorite Starbucks there. It's very cutely themed, and I have never stepped into the Trolley Car Cafe and had a bad experience. I really love their cast members there. They always try to have a conversation with me, and I appreciate that, especially when it can be busy, because obviously I like to talk. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to get to 300. If I can get to 300 subscribers, I will do a giveaway, and I'm excited about it. I want you guys to follow me on Instagram too. I'm Mocha and Mickey on Instagram. I'll have my link below. But thank you for following along with me. I am going to get on and probably do some more, obviously, of the rest of the parks and just where we stayed. And I'm excited because I am coming up into my next adventure with Disney, which is going to be at Disneyland, and I am super pumped about that. Disneyland holds a special place in my heart, and I absolutely love Disneyland. You cannot go wrong at Disneyland. So anyways, with that being said, I'm signing off, and go get yourself some coffee and enjoy the sunshine if you have sun today, and hopefully if not, another day. But enjoy your coffee, and bye-bye.